My name is DNG, East Africa's #1 hype man, and I'm super excited to be hosting this brand new TV show and web series called Punguza. Now, Punguza is all about sexual reproductive health and rights, so I hope you already learn a thing or two. Now, it's a big brand new show brought to you by Pulse Life Kenya, and of course we have 254 TV in the mix and Punguza Initiative. Now, today's topic, starting episode 1 with a bang. It's all about familiar love. Now, you know, we've coined that word because we have a crazy situation on the table. Believe it or not, we have a lot of young people in this country who are perhaps in very familiar relationships or in relational agendas with people in their family. Do you get it? Perhaps you're wondering, excuse me, it's too early in the morning. Ndio, tunatoa baridi na historia asubuhi ya leo bwana. Imagine this. There's this hot kuzo of yours, bana, who you always see in these family functions. Ana ka fly chileo ra ka fly dude manze. Shali amepiga look bana, luku ni safi. Mkienda kwa auntie nini kugeidia shosho, kusalimia shosho mnapatana tu na yeye, mnakula mokimo pamoja ni nini soon, mna exchange ma numbers, labda ni wale makuzo ushago, anakuja na you unamhost. Mnenda out ni nini, no sooner mazee mnavaa the same clothes, mnakala coordinate nini, alafu inakuwa ni kitu. That is what is happening in this country, believe it or not. Now, to help me unpack this madness, hey, I have a spectacular panel of guests here. And starting with the lady on my left, we have Sharon Mwangi, who is a content creator extraordinaire. Sharon, I hope I got that right.
You did. My name is Sharon Mwangi. I'm an actress and content creator. Yeah, basically.
All right. And next to Sharon, we have Nonsizi Agnes, who is a publicist, an MC. She's a TV presenter. Kuna kitu ingine nimesahau?
I mean, if I'm Kikuyu, I'm everything.
Hustler.
What do you need me to get you?
Mtu wa biashara. Anapiga zote. Karibu sana.
Thank you so much.
And we also have with us Nick Ndeda, who is a thespian. This guy's a script writer. He's an actor, man. He's a media personality. This guy has been all over the place, man. Karibu sana.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm super stoked to be here,
Now,
especially back in Nairobi.
yeah. Oh, where are you from?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Yeah.
Nowadays, I'm in the cold areas of Limuru. It is really cold. It's
Look-
crazy, but I like it.
Ni lockdown Uhuru alifunga nchi ukapatwa kwa
No,
boda.
me, by the way, I'm just one of those very, very lucky people. The moment I stopped doing my job on radio was the same time my wife was like, you know what, I'm tired of Nairobi. Can we get out? I was like, and go where? It's like, I found a house.
Also,
Now-
Nick, you're talking like Limuru is like Meru.
Oh
You're
my
just...
goodness. Do you want to know how far Limuru is?
Not
Tell us.
You're in Kiambu County
Okay,
like
so
me.
this today I was told, come through for this interview. We start at 10:30, but to show up at 9:30.
Call time.
You have to leave at 6.
I left 6. I left my house at 5:25. I go to Limuru at 6. I go to Nairobi. You see something? That's why. And the worst thing was I was late. I still got here late.
Long distance things. And talking about long and short distance relatives and relationships, let's bring it back home. The danger of going to Limuru is because you're closer to Shag. So just imagine you wake up like this, kukamua ng'ombe, unapata kuzo flani pale, amechukua nyanya, nini. So this is a reality. And I've just told you about a situation that was trending. Na sisi hatutaki kuanika wase. Sisi wale ma website hatutaji watu.
Tumwagi
We're
chai.
just assuming ni kitu inaendelea kila mahali. Hallelujah. So tuambie, have you guys experienced this kind of scenario? Be honest, and here we have to be honest and truthful.
This is a true story. High school music festival. Music fest, it's nice. So many schools around. I'm meeting people. I meet this shorty called Pauline. I'm like, hey, Pauline, you're nice. We talk. Akupango, I was in Hai. So, you know, we're gelling, and it was so fast. I was really digging, and I'm like, hey, it's interesting how I just met you. Like,
We are connecting.
There's a connection. Connection.
Damu ni nzito. Damu.
And then, so that's Music Fest. It was July. August, I can show, hey, so you come visit me. Of course. August, I'm there. I've gone to the location. This is back in the day before mobile phones. So I wrote it on a piece of paper. This estate house number. Sawa. Apo nimefika. I ring the bell. I'm like, I hope I'm looking fresh. My auntie opens the door. Nicholas, you've come to see us.
So Nick, allow me to ask. At this time, had you like taken it a step further, or what? You know, were you just like exchanging letters?
No, not by this point. To tumefika ile point ya we've just chatted. Now we need to meet one-on-one and talk.
Mwelewane.
Tuelewane. But, hey, the moment my auntie opened the door, that's when now everything just started rushing. I was like, oh yeah, I do have a cousin called Pauline. I know she's in high school. And then she came down the stairs. She was just like, she only told me one thing, like, don't tell them how we met.
So did you take it to the next level, Nick, or did you discontinue?
No. Hey, it ended up over. I mean, she's my literal cousin. She's my mother's. Her mother is my mother's cousin.
So are we saying that dating?
It's still blood. I can see where you're going.
Are we saying it's a problem, or are we saying that it's okay? What are we saying?
So, okay. First, let's all agree why people would find themselves in that situation. Nick said they had a connection. Someone who you have blood relation, you tend to connect faster. And again, remember, at least, for sure, I mean.
Really? I don't know about that.
Leave alone even where you're going, because I
Okay.
can see where you're going because of where you started. It's too early in the morning.
Okay.
That's why people you're familiar with, they're the people you go to when you need something, because they're family, they will understand you better. And it's because you're related. It is genetic to be, for crying out loud. That's why, even if you marry someone, you find it hard to connect with them, because Juani, mmetoka two different places, but family, it's familiar. There are people who are familiar with you, so connecting with you, understanding you is easy. But now from there, what you do with that is information is up to you.
Sharon.
Wait, no. Like in the case of Nick, yeah, you said
Our Juan.
You said, wait, your mothers are cousins, right?
You're in Bali. It's not that your mothers are sisters. It's far removed.
Still family. And do you know why? I would understand why Nick, maybe he'll say why he cut it. But why is because there'll be rival. Okay, I'm from Central. Rivalry. You get? Yes, because when you start engaging family, probably if Nick was like, Nini, Uyuni cousin yangu, she's hot, I'm going
Katambe.
ahead. Hey, Katambe.
That's not even.
But you see, if you go ahead, and even if you look at the reason as to why it's discouraged, it brings a lot of warfare in families.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
You guys have talked about discouragement. Who is discouraging cousins dating? Is it the parents, or is it society? Is it the blogs? Who? Watu wamelea paka mtoto mkubwa bana. Sasa nyinyi mnasema discouragement.
Okay.
The family on itself, I think in itself.
Wahindi wanawana.
Those are Wahindis.
Wasomali wanawana.
Let me tell you, from the word go, Wahindis know that outrightly. That is okay.
Can I tell you guys something? Even in the royal family, in the United Kingdom, it's all about bloodline. Hawataki kuchanganya damu. Do you know that? They marry each other. And they are successful. The British monarchy
But
is
is
the
it
only...
known? Is it like from, is it known? Like, is it known? Is it okay? Is it okay?
If they are doing it, what is the problem?
Exactly. From the word go, it is okay. My friend, come closer here. We are in Africa.
In Kenya.
We are in Kenya. Come closer. Come closer, Sharon.
And we're in 2021.
Modernizing what?
Modernize.
Modernizing what? Go ahead.
Maybe it's because for me
It's a moral issue.
Yeah, it's
a moral issue.
Because for me, the moment I found out, there was Siwati, all of a sudden she stopped being attractive, or it was,
Yeah.
it was just, I was like,
But you had to call yourself for a small meeting.
yeah, I was like,
I'm like,
no, let's, and even imagine from that day, I made a conscious choice to never, ever.
And hey, okay.
Ever.
Hen account.
If you
Kuna
are
kakitu
Luo,
kamekuja.
I'm sorry.
Nimbaya.
If you are Luo, I'm
You
Luo.
don't know, you're going in that direction.
Fall back. I'm like, Kikuyu, come.
Ebu, hold up. Kwanza, there are so many comments here. It's late. Remember to use the hashtag Punguza as you give your comments, suggestions, and contribution to this topic. The question is, familiar love. Are you pro it, are you for it, or are you against it? We have a top seater saying, hakuna social distance, back to you. Sasa ni social distance ya makuzo ama sisi hapa. Kindly clarify. From there, Easter is saying, having chemistry with a relative, what the hell? Be it a close or distant relative, it's an abomination. It's like cursing oneself. So those ones are saying no. Big shout out to Stephen Nyager from Murumba, Sierra County. Just looking for more testimonies. I have a guy here called Wambani Deno saying, I dated my distant cousin. We had sex.
Hey.
Why you
She got pregnant without knowing, and it was hell. Please, Deno, tell us, why was it hell? Perhaps it's the thing about the family.
He said it was
Hell.
Yes.
Is it so? So
Okay.
what you guys are saying is,
bro, you're dating
and
to the point
and
where
keep
you
those
get
comments coming. Are you
Yes.
guys saying that as long
people
as
do.
as long as there's no kid involved, it's cool?
No.
Because hell for him started after the pregnancy.
No.
But
Let me
when
tell
you're
you, do you know
chopping the
why
kuzoni
DNG
nini, it's
then
all right, it's lit, it's happening,
I'm
but it's
assuming
going
all of
down.
you are from maybe Kikuyu land, yeah? Yeah.
No,
okay,
no,
well,
no.
whatever then.
Sisi ni watu wa mchanganyiko.
Aya, sawa, mchanganyiko.
Kenya.
But let me take you back. When you wanted to marry someone, if you took now if a dude takes a chick to their home and they're like, "Hi, I'm interested in Nonsizi. I want to marry her." They're like, "Cool." But we have to do background check. We have to go back to their roots. You have to find out which family is she from. Of course, it's because of other things, because there were like clans that were not intermarrying. But one of the reasons is for you to find out if you guys are related.
Yeah.
So these things that you're seeing, it is us who are digital. Sisi wenye tumekata roots, mmeka mtao, mmejuana, na huku mmechukua kahao South B, na mimi niko na kengine sijui na huku umo, you know, we started chatting, we started vibing, then we don't take initiative to go and find out. Because some people could be doing it, there are those who are doing it consciously. There are those who are doing it unconscious, without knowing. Like Nick didn't know. You get? Akuuliza hata nikuuliza jina ya mwisho wa family, because if you ask the last name, you didn't ask. We should have an inquisitive mind.
Nowadays, we don't ask.
DNG, wow.
We don't ask. And you know, yeah, we don't want to be trouble. And then think about it. You guys have become so serious. Think about it this way. How many of you guys have ever hooked up with somebody in the club?
In a club?
In a club.
I mean,
Be
all of us,
honest,
it has happened at one
so,
point.
So in the club, you ask somebody,
Ati
Ati,
no.
hi, what's your name, Sharon? Where is your shosho from?
Yeah.
Which
Not even
Rika?
no, but
we don't
again,
ask that, madam.
hold on,
If
DNG.
Sharon is
You
hot,
start asking those questions when you look at it, it's kind of serious.
hold up. No. Listen. By the time you're seeing that Sharon is hot, you're peleking Sharon to the D's, you're going to tap that channel. You don't ask about the second name and all that.
But again, you see, why are we starting on the wrong footing? Why are we starting with tapping? Why are we not starting with
Because
knowing
that
each
is
other?
Kanairo. It's Kanairo. That's what's going down.
But you see, it is the young people problem. Why are we starting with tapping?
Wewe uko na miaka mingapi?
Wewe usitaki kuannounce age yangu hapa.
ya kupoteza, tuko na kazi.
But you see, that's the problem. That is the problem. We are not starting with finding out each other. And you see, it's not even about cousins.
Okay,
Can I throw another spanner in the works here? Nick, you've talked about that, you know, from a family perspective, you do not want it to bring mzozano nini. But
Yeah.
you know, in African families, unapata saa zingine, let's say your father and his sister have never talked for the last 10 years.
Yes.
Maybe if you date
They're
your
just-
cousin, it will bring the family together.
Wow. Wow, wow,
It might
yes.
bring the
We are
family
here
together.
as Jesus.
Nakwambia, familia za Afrika ziko na mashida. Let's be honest.
I know.
Perhaps it can bring in a family
Not like that.
reintegration.
Mkuje mzozano.
You're being Kofi Annan when you're sleeping with each other.
I'm telling you,
When tapping.
it
you're-
will bring guys together.
Do it in other way. But not that one. Because if anything, it will pull guys further. And we have
Apart,
seen.
yeah.
And we can,
Especially when
and you can
disagreements
ask DNG if there's someone who has tapped their cousin, they've had a child, and it brought the family closer. Ask.
Yeah, I'm looking at these comments
Ask.
right now, man, and it's crazy. First, we have somebody here saying it's just wrong. That's topista. Then we have Chronic saying the only taboo inafaa kuwa your sister. Lakini kuzo, wacha tufanye practice ndio tusijaibishe kesho. Listen to that. Watu wanasema kuzo si mbaya. Says that
But
Katina is saying.
actually, let's
About
go.
it,
Yeah,
if you
go
think
ahead.
about
Yeah.
it, if you grow up in those, which is most African families,
Yeah.
you tend to meet, like when you're younger, you tend to meet your cousins. Like these are the people you grow up with during your adolescence and your puberty, and you know these are the two people like even ukionata hizi ma story ni wase wako high school and now starting. It's that time for just experiencing yourself. When you're 30, sijui what were you dating your cousin? But when you're a bit like 19, unyule demu unaonanga tu class uko okay fine. Sijai try stuff, you never try now demu unaonanga. Unajua?
Okay,
I
but
think it's just
also
like a
let's go a bit, because
familiarity.
when we were talking about this, of course I did prep. I went biblically, I went checking, because I'm like, where
What
is
does the
this
Bible
thing?
say? Tell us,
So
yeah.
in Leviticus, please, I don't know, don't have my notebook here. If someone could give me the bag, but if you look at all the relationships that have been discouraged, cousin is not in the picture.
Cousin is not in the picture.
I
That is the Bible. Thank you.
I swear, because I have my notes, but they're in my
Cousin hata
bag.
Biblia.
It's sister,
Katambe.
sister, father, daughter is
Grandmother,
discouraged. Even
aunt.
an in-law, an in-law is discouraged. But there's nowhere, I swear.
that is the point.
I went reading the Bible.
So we are here making a gay trend because of Peter with the kuzo, and even the Bible
itself.
imekubali.
No, it doesn't kubali. It
but
just
kama-
doesn't
kama-
highlight.
see, kama Biblia-
The fact that the fact that it doesn't say cousins.
No,
it
even in the
doesn't
law,
mean it's right.
and I'll come to that.
Yeah,
I have
even the law.
an excerpt from the law, by the way. As long as something has, you see, kuna hizi mambo za 10 commandments.
Yeah.
Kama kitu haiko kwa 10 commandments, we endelea nayo. Yesu alikuja akasema
Wewe
nimekuja
utatoka hapa utastrikiwa na nani?
No.
Fanya vitu mingi
Wewe hujui
kama
mimi ni
kufuata
mtu
hiyo yako.
nilianza kanisa, nimefanya
Oh, yeah, for
theology,
sure, yes. Yeah.
nimefanya ministry, evangelism, nini, najua hii mambo. So kama Biblia haijasema word for word that this is a bad thing. Na Leviticus na Old Testament ni zile serious doctrine. Zile yani hata ukiwa na tattoo kama hii. Hebu onesha watu wa nyumbani hiyo tattoo. Unaona? Ati ukiwa na hizi mchoro hautaingia mbinguni.
Yeah.
Si ndio?
But now, okay.
So back to it. So if the Bible is not against it, who are we?
No, hold on. Fine.
KOT.
We hear you. But
Kuingilia-
Nick, hold on. Nick, why would you think people get drawn to the familiar love? What are some of the reasons? Maybe, and you can ask.
Kuna makuzo wameiva wewe.
Haya, quiver is one. Let me tell you, as much as we're this hot, me and Sharon would be like this. I know, yeah, we know.
No,
Yeah.
by the
Just
way,
say it.
kuna kuanga, think of it this way. Wale watu wameiva sana ndio wale wanakuanga kwa hizi. Utapata mtu ati sijui alikula kuzo yake amembaya amechapa.
No, but also,
That is relative.
Mimi sijaiona evidence.
and also remember, is it consciously or is it unconsciously? Do you know there are people who, and it could be a rape situation.
Oh, hiyo ni mbaya. Kama ni
You
rape,
get,
then ni
yeah,
mbaya.
because by the time you're saying it, Sharon said most people are in their young stages, right? So it's 18, 19. This could be your older cousin who is luring you. It could be someone who is in their 25, 26, they've understood, wameenda nje, wamechapa raundi, wanajua vitu, then they come preying on a young girl, or even the other way around. It's a girl who is an adult preying on a young cousin. So this is why, as in, it should not be encouraged. Consciously, if both of you are and you agree to it, then fine.
Consensually.
But it should not be you're preying on these young girls, because that, or even a young boy, it would be very, very bad.
Now,
and you see, where I say it could happen because you trust this person. And we've seen most people who have been raped, who have been sexually assaulted, it's someone who is familiar with you. It's someone who is closer. And you see, even it could be the time you've lost your dad or your parent or something and you're going for comfort, and then boom, it turns to other things. So as much as you're talking about it, let us look into that detail.
Correct. We'd like to just put out a disclaimer that as Punguza, we are all about following the law. Now, talking about the law, what does the law say about dating a cousin, siring a child with a cousin, and having coitus insipidus with a cousin? Now, allow me to just read for you, the section.
Read, advocate,
deep, man.
DNG
I
at
did my
this
prep,
point.
man. This show number one, man. It's Pulse Live TV, you know what I'm saying? The Sexual Offences Act defines incest as sexual relations between a man and a female relative who he knows to be his daughter, and you can list this, granddaughter, sister, mother, niece, aunt, or grandmother, and sexual relations between a woman with a corresponding male relative. So the cousin has been left out. Now, it's a gap in the law, all right? And there's even, I was even
So why
reading
do they
about
leave out
a
that gap?
precedent that, somebody had been prosecuted and jailed for 10 years.
Yeah.
You read that story?
Yeah.
And then he appealed.
Yeah.
And then went to from
court,
a lower court,
yeah.
magistrate's court to high
Then to
court.
high court, yeah.
Then the high court judge looked at the law and said, the word cousin is not there, and released
You're
this
free.
person. You freed the person. So now, the word cousin has been left out of law. So perhaps it's erroneous. I do not know. It's parliamentarians who make the law. Or perhaps it's an intentional omission, because law sometimes looks at culture. And we talked about the different cultures where marrying cousins is a day-to-day thing. The Indian culture, the Somali culture. And this is not about profiling. It's just talking about general, Kenyan scenarios, okay? So if even law, adding to Bible, does not prohibit or forbid.
Well, when the Bible omits, it
It's the
doesn't
same.
allow.
You see, in law, and I've talked about the precedent from the High Court, which now we're using to discuss. If something is omitted from our story, if I say, I want tea, and there's no sugar. See, that means that, of course, sugar was not to be put in the tea. You know, it is common sense. Namna gani? So, sasa shida iko wapi kama hata, you see, like people were saying ati these guys who were trending last week, ati they should have been jailed, nini. They are not reading the law.
No.
So shida iko wapi? Peter na huku
Like we
kuzwa kwa tayari. Na si under 18. Tunasema tu ukweli.
Have you seen, you've mentioned those people, have you seen the kind of strain it has put to those families?
Strain inakuanga financial strain.
No. I'm talking
lockdown.
about, first of all, DNG, listen, I don't know. Family is supposed to be a place of comfort.
Kama sahi kuna strain ya KCSE nini. Watu waliloba.
Family is supposed to be a place where you go and all of us can be able to talk to each other happily without having to look at each other like, you know.
Bora mtu amelipa dawari.
No, listen, DNG. Don't make Christmas awkward. Don't make Christmas awkward for us, please. Please, sisi tunataka tuende tukae na tukule mbuzi.
The only thing that made it weird was the part where
aliruka mtoi.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a whole different situation.
And even just
that one,
getting the baby at the first place, you know, that's what made it weird. But before that, nobody knew.
And again, we need to come to the issue of responsibility. We need to be even okay, fine. Even if it doesn't happen, if it happens, own up to your. Can we say shit? Own up to your shit. Own up to your things, the things that you do wrong.
Real talk.
As a man, as we're talking about men,
because there's nothing as painful as rejection.
Yeah.
The minute you reject someone, be it a child, be it anything, the reverse is usually very serious. Because you reject me now. When you will need me, you'll talk to yourself.
Kama Diamond na budake.
You will talk to yourself, Baba Nani.
Nick, before we let you chime into this, there's a lot of feedback. Let me just try and read as much as I can. We have Vern Locano saying, Salmiani Sharon, that's my sister and day one. So is it real
Vernon, hi.
sister or tuambie ni real sis ama brozo ni noma sana. Kuna Charles Opondo, I'm saying this Amino, sorry, saying bring that guy who was trending tuambie kuliendaje. Tulimwalika by the way na alikuwa busy kidogo, alikuwa anaenda Thika, but inshallah next week tutajaribu sana tumlete kwenye show. There's a Charles asking here, the word cousin means extended family member. So what's the problem? Agi saying, I'm against it. It's against our tradition. Owiti saying, don't use the word taboo. Relationship amongst family members is both ungodly and scientifically incorrect.
Actually, yeah, if you look at it, the chances
genes-wise.
if you say genetically.
Like you see Nick and Pauline.
Oh yeah, well, that's a distance.
Could have worked.
That's a
Yeah,
distance.
bro. Maybe.
It could, it might not have, but you know the point about genes is it's really vital because sometimes like these are very rare cases, but still in certain cases when people have like recessive genes, maybe my dad has this thing which didn't show in me.
Then it shows
and then
in your child.
Because our genes, me and this girl, and because we're kind of related, it becomes such a major thing in the child's life.
Like albinism and things like that.
Yeah, even
recessive genes.
There's so many. Yeah, if you look at it genetically, if you look at it, it's just.
Okay.
And I think that's one of the reasons why it's
also
trying
it's
to
discouraged.
play that,
Yeah.
because in case you don't know, it has happened, it might not.
So let's take that approach and just perhaps try to point people in the right direction in case they're perhaps saying
Now,
that.
by the way, hata nimeuliza. By the time unaenda kwa kazi, ndio kwa sasa wameisha kwa hii dunia.
Sikuwa najua.
Okay, fine. Hiyo ya kuwa uko unajua tunaku-excuse, lakini ukijua
Once you
do
know,
better. Do better.
But you see,
wengine wanasema lazima niwapeleke nini ma dates.
Also, your cousin is okay with your mediocrity.
Cousin yangu si anaishi tu hapa hivi, mimi nachukua tu ndugu ya 50 bob man.
proximity.
Mediocrity.
No, it's proximity. You know nowadays,
Wow, DNG,
hakuna hata
wow.
float.
Wow.
Hakuna
The
float.
economy is hard, man.
You see,
Wow.
unajua huyu msee amesema anaishi Limuru, si ndio? Mashinani kukwaje? Unatembea tu maveveine, unapata tu dem fulani tu ako hapo. That's why wase uchapana kwa hizo mahindi nini. It's because you ndo place. You know they say you never know when the craving strikes. So pali inakupata.
What happened to self-control?
So
No, nakwambia, I'm not talking about Nick.
No, I'm just saying, no, even if it's not unique.
I'm talking about general is what goes down. So unapata tu kuzo mko tu karibu nini. amekam kuleta let's say matunda kutoka shamba yao akuja achukue nyanya zenu, unajua sasa ndio hapo mse alilima kuzo. That is about proximity. But I wanted to ask, since you're so against this thing, how can we create some type of boundaries amongst our cousins such that we do not open ourselves to temptation? Like, how far should we social distance with our cousins in these functions? Unajua saa zingine unapata mnaenda hata family function mnalala pamoja room moja, all cousins. Wazazi wanajua ni makuza ina shida. Kumbe hapo usiku mtu analala mwingine ameuma duvet bana.
I saw a story on Twitter. Hey, this guy's called that it's a whole thread. They're cousins, yeah? And so when they have those two family meetings and nini, they're dishianaing fine. So these guys even wash vyombos pamoja. Bro, hiyo ndo foreplay.
That's what's up. Unaona tu dem amevaa leso, unaona leso nikitoa hii leso hii.
Are you guys even listening to
Listen to her.
Liza hapa vile ninapika. Bro. You're just shocked, okay? I'm like,
so
but these things do happen.
So what are the boundaries that such people can
start?
Just personal.
Because you see also, our parents are not aware that, I don't think they are. Because you see, sometimes when you're a parent and you're out of touch, or you think again that family is supposed to be, familiar, so as a parent, you're harsh on other things happening to your child, but when it comes to family, you kind of let your guard down. Because even, like, again, I'm going to go back to people who have had cases of sexual assault. I mean, even if you go telling your mom, like, ilikuwa say your mom would be like, ankomgani? You get what I'm saying? So now that we know that this is happening, and again, we don't want it to happen, can we start with the parenting? As in, it has to start with your child, telling your child, even your cousin, their boundaries you can't go. You can't bang each other. You cannot.
Nick, talk to us about boundaries, bro.
Boundary.
I am.
Since that day, what have you put in place that?
Me, my boundaries were nice and easy. I just said, if you're Luo, I'm not.
We canceled the whole class, the whole tribe.
And I'll be honest, I have cousins, female cousins, they're hot. Like, we go out, I see guys drooling over there, and I'm like, yeah, you should. She's fine. She's my cousin. So, me, as far as I'm concerned, I'm just like, this is a good-looking human who I'm related to. So, I can't even put my thoughts to that. With the case of that other chick when I was in high school, I thought about it on my way to my auntie's house, which I didn't know was my auntie's house. I thought, like, hey, Maze, I'm going to sit her down, I'll grab her like this. I wonder whether I'll get to kiss her. But the moment my aunt opened the door and I saw her, like, literally...
The trauma.
Yeah. Every ounce of hormones that would have made me aroused in the cars would have died.
All right, let's have some more feedback from you guys. Keep it coming. We're trying to discover as much as we can. Makoha saying falling for your own blood is demonic. Yeah, ameleta mambo ya shetani.
Satan was busy moving around.
It's a normal thing. It's very human to find another human being attractive, even someone.
Tusilete shetani kwa hii kitu.
Satan was busy hovering around the earth looking for someone to devour. Then you pull him to this conversation.
Excuse me. And Sami is saying only dogs and sheep and goats sleep with their family members.
How does even that's new information?
I don't know, bro. He says for humans, hiyo si poa hata kama ni long distance family member. That's his comment. Let's see. Katrina saying jana nilirukwa na crash call wa mine, but Mungu ni nani kuzo yake amesimash.
Huh?
So this lady, I think is saying that her crush, the one she wanted, amemruka sio, but kuzo ya huo boy amepitana. But that's something else. Like, is it wrong to like date two cousins or two brothers?
No.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like now, as a guy, like two sisters, shorty.
You go do it. We have seen.
Like Katrina.
That's more of a thing, actually. Because if...
Connie is saying, hakuna noma, kama mbuzi inaweza chinjwa na wazee, ndio muende kuishi na kuzo.
Oh yeah, well, there's that. I think there can be such processes where of
Dowry.
cleansing. Now, if you've gone so far, it's not dowry.
Ni kulipa
If you
tu.
guys have gone that far, I think, I'm not sure, but I think that there can be things that can be arranged, and now the situation becomes
So
okay.
like now Nani can go and
It can become sort of, if they, well,
But they'll still get those two looks
yeah.
during family functions.
Yeah,
and whatnot.
and there, me, kwanza, bottom line, why I'm discouraging this thing is the way it brings a lot of family issues and strains against families. It's just, and family is supposed to be a place of comfort, but now if you cannot go to that family for that comfort and that help, then, I mean.
I hear you. Winnie adding to this and saying there's never a justification when it comes to family. So I think she's agreeing with you guys that this shouldn't happen. Sarange saying, kwanza if the kijiji na kazia, my friend, utafukuzwa, never to return. So I think I'm trying to see that a lot of people are against it or would not go for it because of what other people would think, being the family or the environment.
The kind of repercussions that it will bring.
Yeah.
You see, this is why you choose peace over self. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, it's the kind of, and it will concernisha so many people, if I may say. And again, like I said, see that you've ran out of options, surely. Like Nick cancelled the whole tribe. Like,
But you know,
I didn't.
unajua wahenga walisema mapenzi ni kama mimea huota popote. Sasa ikiota, sasa we ni nani ukate? Na mimea imeota.
But also, you know, human beings, you have the potential of falling in love.
So fight the temptation. All right. So what would you recommend to somebody who's watching this show right now and is like, maze kuna ule
Kula kwa macho.
Like-
Ukiona uyo kasema, yes Lord, you are beautifully and wonderful.
amejaribu
But we
kulenga,
are done.
lakini huo kuzoyo WhatsApp, hi, hizo love arts za familia. Unajua hizo love arts za familia?
Okay.
Tunakutana pale ushago Easter. Wow, what would you tell this person who's like, this is a real crisis
Don't
right
hug
now?
her.
Oh wow. Okay, that's very literal. It's good.
Ondokea.
That's
It's
what
good.
that's where downhill begins.
Okay, that's where it goes.
Avoid family functions. Usiende ushago.
No.
You can.
Juu ukienda ushago kuwe na giza.
mfanyange Zoom meeting.
But what happened to self-control, Nick?
That's why we're talking about temptations. You know, there are people who are battling with this thing, but the last is a real,
But you
real
see,
crazy.
if you do not, and let me say, it's not even to your cousin. If you don't have self-control as
Generally.
a person, generally, you are bound to go downhill, my friend. So this is not about a cousin situation. You can say, you know what, she fine, she good, or he's fine, because they are dudes like DNG. I'm sure ukai surambaya.
Asante sana.
Yes, you know.
Thank you so much.
But I'm like, you know, we are good. I cannot go there, and you change your mind. Take control. It all starts up here.
Self-control.
And you see, as a parent, start telling your kids as when they're young, put bound as young as possible, because these things happen immediately. I think after high school, you know, even there's some that happening in primary school.
Na hizo sleepovers ndo zinaanzanga. Sijui, you know, sometimes you just find all cousins in like one digs for the whole holiday.
And those were shags. That's what
Unsupervised.
happens. Yeah. Unsupervised. Wamama sijui wako huko, wanacheka kitchen, wana roast mbembe and everything.
Watoi wamecheza zile.
behind the
Unajua
scenes,
kwanza watoi unajua sasa my youth them. You know when you're growing up it's all about like experimenting. Ya huyu inakaaje.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Na msijifanye mkucheza hii game Nick.
It starts early, but
Yeah. That's why unapata crush ya kuzo yako na for life unakuanga umemnoki.
But if you're an adult, ask questions. Ask questions. Like if we meet in our 30s, I meet Nick, ask questions. Don't date blindly. Uliza maswali ndio usijipate hata na thegi. Unajua tu tunaongea tu stories. Unajipatanga na mtu unasema, "Guy, ina yote sikuuliza." Ask questions. Ask what are your childhood traumas. Ask questions. What as in uliza maswali.
No, honestly, like, if you're being realistic though, if we're dating for like, okay, let's say we've dated for 3 months, there's no point that I have actually thought about asking you.
Ni umeleta history ya marriage sana ati serious. Kanairo hakuna mambo kama hiyo.
Mulizaliwa wapi?
Ati ushago ni
Yeah, you don't ask shags. You don't ask about your shags.
There are crooks out here.
kwani nyinyi mna date kina nani?
West. Me, I ask questions because
Mimi kwanza nikienda ati date, ati niende date.
Sawa basi
Uende
sisi
date.
wawili tumetoka Nyeri. Fine, sawa. That's the match I know. Bro, we've only dated for 6 months.
And that's why I'm saying, where did we lose our steps? Where did the rain start beating us? Did I say it right?
Na
And that is why we are told, do not lose the connection with your what do I'm looking for this word with your roots.
Hey, bro,
Her point is like, you know, you guys are getting so serious, but you know, a lot of relationships.
it's a serious thing.
Hold up. Yeah, for sure, it's kuzo love, it's familiar love, yo. But listen, you know, we're assuming that all relationships will end up with meeting. Imagine how many people will you
Even if it
introduce
doesn't
to
end
your
with
show.
marriage, even if we didn't end it with marriage, and then we bang, then we rise, oh Jehovah, we are
Sasa
cousins.
mtafanya maisha
Yaliyopita si ndwele, bana.
enjoy, na ikaisha, msifanye
Hey.
tena
Who are these?
tosban.
Diaz anasema, I agree with which is non-relative and relative sex relations. He's saying he's pro this story, and he's saying that whether we accept or not, it depends on the country where you are. So I guess different countries, different laws.
But like I'm saying, if it's allowed from the word go, if it's allowed, whom are you to say no? If it's allowed, you know,
Yeah.
outrightly, like he knows, they know it's not a problem. But you see, if it's not, then don't go that direction. Don't be the one to tear families down. Don't be the one. Because of love, because you of something that you can get from somewhere else. Don't be that person.
Deshab anasema kama una, like, you know, the question I asked about, you know, temptations and struggling. Anasema fukuzwa mapepo, ruswa. An animal is saying, what happened to family gatherings? We're looking for money at the expense of family and traditions. What a waste living in this generation. So I guess he's saying that the more you have, she's saying the more you have these family gatherings, the more you get to know who are your cousins,
yes.
who is out of bounds and
Yes.
who is not, from a family perspective,
Yeah.
if you believe that this is a wrong thing to do. You know, there's quite a bit of feedback here. Wyro saying, great conversation. I posed the same question to my older family members, and all I was told is that don't dip your fingers in the family pot. So again, it's based on what the family says.
Yeah.
And I guess, you know, we're all Africans, and tradition is big for us. So great conversation. Keep it alive. You know, we'd love to hear from you and just get to know where it is that you stand. Which side of the fence are you on? Pops,
Usikue Kalonzo hapa.
watermelon.
What is such a...
Unakula kuzona
Please
na
zote.
state your nini.
Cheki.
Now,
Aya, mtoi wa auntie yangu, like this is my first cousin, yeah?
Yeah.
That's out of bounds, definitely. Sindio?
first cousin waambia watu nyumbani ni gani?
Mimi nauliza swali sisemi.
Oh,
Okay.
Nauliza.
first cousin ule wa?
Aya,
First cousin ni mgani? Hebu
no,
tuambie.
your father
First cousin
and
is-
your parents are brothers and sisters.
Okay.
So yours.
Kimeeleweka.
That one is a no. Aya.
According to
Now-
Nonsizi.
No, well,
Also according
yes,
to me,
yeah.
Okay.
personally, that one
It's too much.
Oops. Aya. So now let's go to that case for Nick, yeah? Our parents are cousins.
Yeah.
Are we even cousins?
It's still family.
Yo damu imeachana, by the way.
Still family. That's why we have familial love. It's still family. Remember, even in-laws, the minute you guys sit down and Nika kwetu, we are in-laws.
So
my
even
friend.
in-laws, you're saying is a problem?
Because it will bring family constraints.
So now you want to
Sasa
say-
Nick,
no,
mimi,
no.
Nika
No,
nikule na kule sistangu.
No, in-laws,
no,
in-laws
no.
ni ule kuzoeani, kuzomlishikanishwa through a wedding.
Well, okay, that's that's not
Hiyo
family.
ni sawa, wadau, tuambie pale nyumbani kama
But
unaona
again,
sisi
we need to
tuambie.
bring commotion.
Okay, okay.
Kuzoa mbali.
Let's go for in-laws.
Exactly.
Why complicate something that can be
Situations.
so simple? Just
Don't do it.
don't be like.
Na kama
Hiyo ndio
huo
kwa
kuzo ni
thing
mtu wa nje, let's say nje ya nchi. Like let's say you
Kwani ameacha
marry
kuwa-
like a jungu. You get what I'm saying?
Jealous.
Like your in-law is a jungu. Na sasa wewe upate hiyo familia iko na mlami mwingine pointi pale kutoka San Diego.
Basi bado ni
Kutoka Delaware. Mtu wangu.
pia ni family.
Biden there's a new president, kuingia US imekuwa rahisi. Minority countries tunaingia mtu wangu. Green card very fast. Sasa shida iko wapi? Huko hata mtoto hata tokea rangi yenu. Shida iko wapi? Let us also be flexible.
Wachana na wazungu kwanza.
Kama kuzo ni mtu wa nje, UK, hizi nchi ambazo ziko na
Achana
foreign
na
currency.
diaspora.
China. Kwanza China ingia bro. Hiyo jina huwezi patana nayo. Mtu mfupi na mrefu kama Nick. Lima.
Oh my God.
Lima.
It's just no.
And you guys are just telling us stories here. If it was real life, you know, like as we're winding up, testify. have you ever been in this scenario? Have you, Nick ametuambia,
Yeah.
have you ever had this crush on this cousin or I don't know?
Like Nick said, it's good to see and appreciate.
Wewe sasa
I mean, I
kibinafsi.
have hot cousins. Look at me.
So
When do you think how my male cousins look like?
Ulipenda mtu.
And this- Sharon, calm down.
Ndio, alafu.
So it's and then first of all, remember these people are teenagers. Teenagers' hormones are everywhere. So you can be like, he looks good, but that is just it. I'm sure most of us have had that moment of hey, yeah, anaweza.
Kwanza for me ni wale wa in-laws bro.
Okay.
Wale wa in-laws, unajua in-laws ni noma. Saa zingine you just go for a random wedding ile umelazimishwa na mukoro maze. Please drive me here. We go. Hata ujui hiyo wedding ni ya nani. Ni yetu ya relative mwingi.
Fulani.
Hata kadi hukutumiwa we ni dere. Unaona wale waseme attend your wedding mtu wangu.
But that's just it. It stops there.
Unakula tu dishi unakata kawada na unaishia.
It stops there.
Kuna mtu ameleta point kali hapa. Josh anasema si poa kudate your cousin in African traditions, but to Indians it works because the wealth revolves
in their
around
family.
themselves.
Like the way you said about royal family.
So sasa sisi tunajichocha hapa ati sisi ni wase tunafuatilia maadili na tumesota.
Hold on.
Umeona muhindi? Umeona muhindi anaitisha Ferrari? Ngoja. Umeona muhindi anaitisha Ferrari ati fair. Atumiwe fair dem muhindi.
Unajua ushaidate muhindi?
Sijai date muhindi. But nimeenda nao shule.
Shule na
Wahindi si masafara. Wahindi si masafara. Umesikia Josh amesema nini hapa? Ni mambo na wealth. Nyinyi mnajifanya ati I cannot marry my cousin na mmesota. Nyumba iko na leakage. Chakula hakuna.
Wewe ndio unaanzisha generation of wealth kweli.
Wacheni kucheza na hii kitu. Look at this old families zile ziko na pesa mingi. Wameoa wao.
No. Nick not enough.
Wahindi.
I mean guy
na usiseme ati kuna wa Kenya wako na ati generational wealth. Kuna clip nilitumiwa the other day on WhatsApp. Mkenya ukiona ni billionaire ni mwizi. Okay. It's very difficult to make money legitimately in Kenya.
That's a different conversation.
But I'm just telling you, kama mnatafuta wealth, or keep the money close, man. Mtu wenu hata ibado. Hata itisha fair, unaelewa? Hata dropiwa na anko na auntie.
You see, when money becomes the center of every conversation, everything about morals goes out of the window. And we have seen even situations, and I don't want to go deeper into it because we didn't come here to throw stones, and I'm still, you know. But when money is in question, a lot of morality goes outside because people who have money, they can't be told. They can't be told that this student is bad because there's someone who has money, they'll control you. They'll control you. Even what we've been seeing trending, I don't want to go in deeper into it, but people who think they have money think that I am, and this is not an English word, I'm untellable. Who's going to tell me what?
But money is important.
It is, and we're not saying, but it should not replace morals.
But if your kuzo can help people keep the wealth, bana.
Which wealth?
Like the monarchy.
Na watu weshagi wanavaa nginyera. So which wealth?
Sasa ndio hawaonangi hao kwao.
Which wealth?
Wahindi wako na do. Wewe angalia, tembea parklands
like
bana.
I said, outright, yes, and then from the word go, it is okay. And remember them, they don't even...
So, you see, this conversation is about finding a way forward as a generation.
But also, I think even why the law excluded the cousins is because of Wahindi. Wahindi now are part of Kenyans.
Yes, they are full tribe, legit.
And even the law was knowing. The cousins, they are nice. The law knew.
Yeah, so let us not be too serious.
Because of the moral implications and the consequences that will come after, yani wewe utakuwa bring down a whole, God forbid now I have to bring Satan into this conversation.
No, tulisema mambo ya demoni.
But utakuwa umesambaratisha venye tu Eva alifanya kakula ile matunda. Utakuwa bring down, yani cause chaos. When there was peace, you will cause chaos. Why? You as one person.
Like literally the only way that thing in my mind works is if the two of you decide, no, we love each other, it's going to be us against the world. It will literally be
love
the
wins.
Two of you, go.
Oh,
the family.
You become an outcast.
Yeah.
You guys are so concerned about what other people think.
No, it's not what other people think. It's bringing chaos into people's families.
It's okay to worry.
Can you be individuals? You know, guys.
I'm worshiping
No.
You're not an island.
Can I tell you guys some?
These are the same people you can go back to when you have problems.
Can I tell you guys some? You know, these are the people who care about, oh, these people didn't like my post. Come on, we're a content creator.
Now
If you think about who will like your post,
excuse me,
you will never post anything.
No, you're twisting our words.
Don't be concerned about what people
We are
think.
caring about peace.
No. You see,
Kama
You
huyu
let
kuso-
go after a breakup with a usual human being. Go for therapy, cry, write down, do whatever. It's the same thing you let go with your cousin. It's not special. It's not.
Aya, Jay anasema engaging in coitus among family members ni mbaya sana. And he says it's only wrong. Skizeni, if you are aware that you are related. If you are unaware, katambe. Then anasema kama mjuani kifamilia Kanairo itawashikanisha tu mabeshte. George is saying Queen Elizabeth's male children suffered from hemophilia because they maintained the royal blood. Hemophilia, tuambie wewe ndio expert.
I'm not an expert, but I just
Hemophilia ni
read.
nini, Nick Ndeda?
We have
It's a
Google.
blood thing.
It's a blood. We have Google, so let's do it.
Ndugu yangu pale tumepotea network kidogo, lakini asanti, tumetambua hiyo point, tunashukuru sana. So thank you guys for your feedback, and you know we're just running out of
It's a
time.
disorder in which blood doesn't clot normally.
People die from that.
Yeah, when blood doesn't clot normally.
Is that a fact? You know,
excessive
by the
bleeding.
disclaimer, we don't know if it's fact. Labda George anatuenjo. Send us the link, bro, on the comments. Send us the link. We investigate this. All right, parting shot. You know, tukimalizia 20 maoni kuhusu hii mambo. What can we remember you as your stand regarding familiar love? You can take it.
As we come, tukuje tukimaliza.
Tukimalizia.
I say just stay away from family. There are lots of other human beings that you can be attracted to, that you can do whatever you want to do with. Doesn't have to be family. If you don't know, yes, there's that thing for ignorance, but the moment you know,
Do better.
As long as you know, bro, nah, don't do it.
Okay, we hear you, Nick.
I think hata wenye mlikuwa umekaa upande ni wa kunini naomba muvuke.
Opposing side.
High school. Muvuke sakafu mu nini. Anyway, this is the thing. Someone who is familiar with you, they can, and family either can destroy you or they can build you. And the minute you decide to lay with family, you are causing a strain. I am not saying that there are no advantages that will come with I mean,
Keeping the wealth.
Nyamaza wewe, utana pesa kwanza. Like he said, it's good to have someone who is familiar, understand you. It's an advantage. But look at what are the cons. Am I going to cause a whole clan not to ever look at each other because of me and you? We cannot. So the cons are too much in this scenario, especially Africans. Leave Hindus and Somalis out of this. From them, the word go outrightly, it's okay. But it will cause a whole strain. And like I said, I am for family because family is a place where you go for comfort, for peace, for help. They're the first people you run to. If your house is locked down during this lockdown, probably you go back to your mother's house or your auntie if your mother passed. So let us not dismantle that whole aspect of family the way it was because of two people who cannot control themselves. Yeah, that is my stand.
Got you.
That is my stand. I'm sure there are advantages that come with it, according to DNG. But what are the cons? If the cons outweigh the pros, don't do it.
All right, Sharon. Last but not least, hit it home.
Personally, I am not for it. Like Nick said, there are so many other people in this world who you can engage in. Imagine I just support what Nick said. If you didn't know, if it happened and you didn't know, understandable. Also, I think there's a bit of leeway in like second cousins and third and stuff.
Na wale wa USA.
Moja, si ati ya kila time.
Na wale wa USA. Green card.
You see, watu wa kuomoka, when kuomoka, and that's why we are in this situation.
Tunateseka mtaani, sijui makafu nini
as a country. Because people are thinking about me. Nitaomoka aje, Jendi, you should know better.
Wewe baki Kenya na hakuna hata vaccine.
Umekufa juu hakuna vaccine. Have you died? Have you died? Has corona killed you?
Hey, corona no matadu wevogopa sadi. Watu wa nyumbani, asante sana for giving us company on this show. It's been an absolute pleasure. just having this conversation. Thank you so much for participating in it. Let's keep the convo alive on our social media pages. Remember, this is proudly brought to you by Pulse Live, Kenya, Pulse TV, 254 TV, and Punguza Initiative. And I cannot let these guys go before they run their social media handles so that you guys can follow, double tap, support their grinds. So one more time from the top.
Find me everywhere at Nick Ndeda, and it's Ndeda, N-D-E-D-A, not Denda, not Ndenda. Nick N-D-E-D-A.
Got you.
Okay, fine. Me, I can't pronounce you.
I know you
I cannot. So my handle's at Agnes Nonsizi. Nonsizi is Nonsizi. I'm a publicist. I'm a PR and communications expert. So if you have press releases that you want to release out there, don't release them looking so shabby and so bad. We're here to offer, PR expertise. Hit us up.
Oh, I'm _ Sharon Mwangi on Instagram. Hizo zingine wacha mimi.
Mambo simple.
Hizo ni
Hautaki complication.
And of course, follow me at DNG Kenya everywhere, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And of course, let us know what you thought about the show, being the first episode. Let us know about what you'd like us to talk about next time, which kind of guests you'd like to bring as panelists on the show. Once again, it's Punguza, proudly brought to you by Pulse Live, Kenya, and 254 TV. Have yourself a fantastic day. God bless. And mambo ya cousins, tafakari ya Musa.